welcome back. Here we are in the beautiful Red Rock Canyon, and we're here to talk to you about Moeller Technique. We've talked about the 3-stroke Moeller, we've talked about the 4-stroke Moeller. Today, we're here to talk about how to smooth it all out, get it sounding nice and even, and where we can take it from here. Let's just quickly review. We did last time 3-stroke Moeller. Now notice the first stroke naturally comes out as an accent since it's a whip, tap, tap, whip, tap, tap, whip, tap, tap. So in our playing, we might not necessarily always want the first stroke of that Moeller, of the whip, to be an accent. We might want it to sound nice, smooth, and even. If you're doing straight rolls, like a single stroke roll and snare, 30-second notes or something like that, and you want it to be nice and even, you want to get rid of that accent. So here's how you do it. Allow a little bit of a delay before the stick hits the pad. Alright, just a slight delay. So it's not right on the whip, it's just a little bit of a lag from when you make the whip with your right hand, and you just let the stick lag a millisecond behind, and that helps you smooth it out. Whip, tap, tap. So the arm is still moving, but you don't hear the accent as pronounced. Smooth it out. So the whip happens. How we've been talking about it up till now is you have the whip, and right at that moment you have the stroke. If you allow the stick to lag a little bit behind the whip, it's more of a feel thing. Instead of whip, 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 think of it more this way. Whip, 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 whip. Instead of, once again, let me just, so it's clear, instead of whip, 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 there's a little bit of delay from when I whip my arm to when the stick hits the pad. So it's going to sound like whip, 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 whip. Okay? So when you put that into the triplets, what it's going to sound like is a nice even 3 strokes, all the same volume. So as before, we were having accent, tap, tap, accent. Now we're going to have as an example, the exercise we did in the last video. We'll start with triplets. It's going to go same thing, it's just going to be without the accent in the beginning. It's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I hope that helped, and now we're going to go on to 16th notes. The same as we did in the last video, except this time, as we've been talking about with the triplets, we're going to take out the accent on the downbeat. So here we go. 1. The next topic we're going to be discussing is how to take the Moeller stroke and we've talked about 3s, we've talked about 4s, and now we're going to get a little bit crazy and just show how far you can push it. We're going to talk about 5s and 6s. So the 5-stroke Moeller, the same thing as 3 and 4, except to get that 5th stroke, we're going to be lifting our elbow a little bit higher, just like we're pouring out the last few drops of water from a jug. So here we go, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You notice I'm using my wrist because at that speed there's no momentum. When I speed it up, you'll see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not using my fingers to be bouncing the stick. It may look like that's happening, but believe me, I'm not doing that. I'm simply holding at my pivot point and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 6s, here we go. Same as always, we have to lift our elbow even higher to get that last bit of juice out of that Moeller whip. You may not use this in your playing. Maybe you will. If you do, that's great. The main point of doing the 5s and 6s is so you get really used to squeezing as much you can out of the Moeller whip. And if you can get comfortable doing 5s and 6s, doing the 3s and 4s will be an absolute breeze. So here we go. Starting with the 6, starting slow just so you can see the motion. Look how high my elbow's coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now bringing it up to a speed where it's actually flowing. Okay, so notice that the stick's bouncing nicely, but I just want to show you that I'm not doing this. And I don't want you doing that either. For this exercise, that's a whole different exercise, great for muscles and everything, but this one is not what we're doing. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to keep these fingers out of my grip, and 1, 2, 3. That wraps it up. If you have any questions, shoot me a message, send me an email. I'm Jag Cheval. Thanks for watching. See you next time.